The Conceited Knowbody. Every Tuesday at 8 p.m.
Yo, what's up? We back with another edition of the best podcast, the most dangerous podcast you never heard of, The Conceited Knowbody. This is episode 131. We are definitely in the building, in the house, in the place to be. You already know that was the Taurus, a.k.a. the Blueprint, a.k.a. I forgot. I ran on a.k.a. The low-key legend. Let me forget. The low-key motherfucking legend. We up here with the squad, man. We got you on right, Renaissance motherfucking Juvie. He's definitely in the motherfucking house. To his right, the champ is here. To his right, we got the other ass nigga. Go Jason Wright. To his right, we got. I'm gonna wear that shit out. Pause.
Yeah, that's already
last 30 days of being 33. I think I'm 33.
We got a side in the building and shit. Keeping count of shit that girls keep count of. He got his birthday countdown in his stories on Instagram. He got his countdown. When your birthday, Juvie?
Sunday.
With Trey's, because we supposed to be doing something.
Damn, his is tomorrow.
Okay. I thought I missed one of y'all niggas' birthday and shit, man. But anyway, speaking of Trey, man, I don't know where the hell Trey is. Trey was supposed to be coming to kick it with us. Trey actually was supposed to be doing a set up at Epic. Let's give a shout out to Epic. They having curbside, like food sales and entertainment. They do things like they have DJs. I've seen the drummer. And they maybe have like singers in the parking lot as people wait on their foods. It's Epic. Ultra Lounge over in Castleton. I went up there on a Sunday. Chicken was pretty good to me. They have like a decent turnout for that. And unfortunately, Trey was supposed to get it popping today, but I'm trying to share the episode. Trey was trying to get it popping today, but the rain rained him out. But it's tentatively scheduled to go back down next Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, which is one of their most popular days. Taco Tuesday, that's some social media shit, ain't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Before social media, y'all never heard of Taco Tuesday?
I never heard of goddamn Taco Tuesday.
I only heard of Taco Tuesday because at Pepe's in Chicago, the taco was cheaper on Tuesdays.
You ain't grown up, for real?
Yeah.
That's tight.
It stopped after a while, like 10 years.
I never heard of that shit.
But I don't know.
Until social media hit.
But outside of that, I never heard of it.
I was younger.
For real?
It's telling somebody some shit like Happy Tuesday. That's some social media shit.
Yeah.
Have motherfucker told you Happy Thursday?
I had a chick who used to text me that every day, like Happy Monday, Happy Tuesday, Happy Wednesday, Happy Thursday, like.
That's what you call obsessive and compulsive disorder, OCD. That's what it's called. That is insulting for somebody to wish you all that happiness.
Yeah.
Because it's never personal. It's not some personal where I'm like, damn, I hope this motherfucker. I hope this person has the best Tuesday they ever had in their life.
I'm happy.
They just needed some non-generic greeting that's actually generic.
And even the promotion of Hump Day. Now, we've all heard of Hump Day just being the work, but they turn Hump Day into memes. You know, my big emoji looks incredibly cool on his Hump Day meme.
It was born now, I think.
But again, this is episode 131. We back in here, and we got a special topic. We're gonna be talking about sex workers, sex work, the advent, the popularity increase.
I was expecting a horn right there.
We do not. we do not. Oh, you know what? I gotta play something pretty somber on that kind of shit. We're talking about sex work. Today on The Conceited Knowbody. OnlyFans has become one of the most popular sites on social media.
Welcome to the dark web.
OnlyFans. I don't know how long OnlyFans has been out. I'm at the point where I'm losing my cool. And what I mean by that is like I find out this shit's cool right when it's about to die. I'm as close to the white today as I've ever been in my life when it comes to cool. But OnlyFans is a site where females and females, I don't know what the fuck the niggas doing. Where females get on there and they parade their private parts around for pay. That's the only way. I don't want to just say it like what. They offer a variety of things. Fortunately, I haven't been desperate enough to purchase anyone's account. I've seen prices range from $5.99 a month up to like $50 a month. Yeah. They do things like have sex, post videos, post pictures of, you know what I'm saying, explicit pictures that's supposed to be sexy or whatever. Before we delve deep into this topic, I do want to touch upon a couple things, just a couple highlights, and I'm gonna breeze to this one real quick. The basketball shit. Me and Jawar talked about it. We haven't seen the last episode of The Last Dance. You haven't either? No. You seen it? I don't feel terrible at all.
My subscription left my whole girl left.
You know what?
I ain't lying.
It's free on the PlayStation Network.
Really?
I mean, if you download the ESPN app,
it's free.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find out.
I didn't know that. You know, usually they say subscribe, log in with your provider. They ain't tell you that.
Okay, I could be okay. Then I don't know that.
Well, anyway, I watch it on ESPN, the app myself though, but I pay for ESPN Plus.
Gotcha.
But of course that show was fantastic when we have seen it. One of the debates that's popped up, and I don't think it has much merit in the context of only one of the teams won the championship, but they have the debate about which had the better 70-win team, the Bulls in '96 or Golden State in '17. The first thing you got to do when considering these type of debates is to understand how the landscape of basketball has changed. The way they play the game, the way the game is called, and just that in general. I have an old school bias. I definitely lean towards the Bulls, but only if it's played in either that era rules or the mid-2000s, like maybe right before 2010. After 2010, the NBA increasingly became a super three-point league. Man, what'd you say? So about 2014, 15?
Before that.
You think so? When did Steph come in? Because Steph turned it out.
Steph came in around 10.
Did he?
Because he was there when Kobe was still lighting up. But remember, his ankle busted on one season. He sat down.
Yeah.
And then you had the Harden and the three boys in OKC. And Kobe, I noticed it specifically, Kobe started taking a lot more threes in one of them seasons.
Yeah.
And it was weird, but I think he saw the change coming.
Curry
I only thought it
was
due to age, but that I never thought of it like that, and I think that's valid.
So I think that's
very Kobe-ish.
It's a toss up in a 7-game series. Who was KD wasn't on that 17 team, was he? Okay.
That was Iguodala.
Okay, the Bulls will win. The Bulls will win.
Yeah.
Especially the second.
Even in this era of basketball, just from taking the KD factor out, because the offensive threats is Clay and Steph.
Especially the second. I'm my bad.
No, go ahead.
I was about to say, especially the second batch of Bulls, the second three-peat of Bulls.
Yeah.
To me, that was no question.
Yeah. But the thing with it is that Pippen would have been on Steph at some point, maybe in clutch. I think for the major part, I'm gonna take that back. No, it would have been Curry and Ron Harper. They'd had Ron Harper playing Steph. They had Pippen on Clay, and they had Jordan on Harrison Barnes.
Oh man, I don't think Jordan would win for that.
Jordan at this point, Jordan's career. Iguodala. He hit a couple shots in the clutch.
In that big season?
Yeah, man, you go back and look at that shit. Draymond Green.
Oh, we're talking about the season when they lost.
Dennis Rodman. Draymond Green on steroids is Dennis Rodman.
We're talking about the season they lost to LeBron.
Yeah. Because that's the year they won their 70.
Jordan 17 beat that team.
Yeah. So I don't think it's even fair debate because the Bulls went on to win the championship that year. So I think it's a disrespectful to the Bulls. Because once you don't win the championship, you cannot, in my mind, you can't be considered an all-time great team.
Marketable, though.
It's marketable, but we're not in the marketing business right now. It goes to like the New England Patriots that lost to the Giants, the Super Bowl. Regular season don't mean shit.
That's like the Mavericks beating LeBron and them to me.
No, that was a wash.
I mean, to me, I'm like, I guess I'm not giving him enough credit, but I'm like, I didn't like. I'm just like
that was
the Giants.
That shit.
Really?
That shit by LeBron in that Maverick series was the worst.
That pissed me off.
The worst effort by a superstar in finals history.
That pissed me off.
LeBron shot like probably about 44% that.
Yeah, they wouldn't have beat Jordan's team because they too much of a team that relies on their rhythm.
Yeah,
their rhythm. And once LeBron broke that rhythm, whether it was Draymond's fault or not, it was a wrap. They couldn't. And Jordan's gonna do that. That was the whole documentary. Whatever your rhythm is, I'm gonna go home and come back and stop that. I don't care what coach says. I'm guarding that person. Like it's a wrap. And
incidentally, that's a series where LeBron led them back from 3-1, and he proclaimed in various interviews that at that point he felt like he was the GOAT. Right now, does LeBron have an argument about being the GOAT?
Yeah, because of that.
For any reason.
Yeah, sadly.
You gotta definitely give him a lot more credit because of that, but I ain't gonna say the GOAT.
Do you think that? And this is
I'm biased though again.
This is another argument that's had that people reduce the GOAT argument only to perimeter players, where you have the Kareems, the Bill Russells, the Hakeem Olajuwons, people like that who's not mentioned in the argument. I think that one person who legitimately can go against Jordan in the argument for the GOAT is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. If you ever go and look at his accomplishments, his scoring, it's incredible. But it's not marketable for him. The most marketable and perhaps the only marketable big man was Shaq in the history of the NBA. You disagree or agree? Y'all think movies, rap,
like you're talking about like that traditional big guy. But you're right. If they didn't move away from the basket, they don't have to be center, but they just have to move away from the basket. Like KG could have done it. I think out of high school, he thought he was going because he could go down low and he'd go out to the perimeter, so he had a chance to affect both parts. Shaq and them just underneath. They never took that last shot, so to speak, or guarded that guy bringing it up with 5 seconds left.
But there's never been a case where KG's been more valuable than Shaq on the court in that prom.
Nah, well.
Tim Duncan, the hybrid between the two.
See, that would be the one who I would say greatest all time argument
Tim
outside of the forwards. I mean, outside guards.
Tim Duncan over Kareem.
Yeah, I mean, but that's me never watching Kareem.
Yeah.
You know, so
and
Tim Duncan had no, except for that fucking tip. That was it. Like he never missed, man.
His big face-up game was incredible. Moving on a little bit because we do got a topic I want to talk about and people looking forward to hear. Real quick, I'm gonna ask y'all this: it's a resurgence. I think it's a re-release. Zoom through this. Have y'all seen the Kevin Gates sex tape? I heard about it.
It's on Twitter. It's been
You watched
on
it?
Twitter. Y'all seen it? Not intentionally.
Accidentally
Not
seen Kevin
not
Gates.
intentionally. Like I ain't Googled it.
Yeah.
I was on Twitter and shit, you know.
Hey, man, even if you sink that shit intentional, nigga, ain't no shame, nigga. It's porno.
Yeah, like motherfuckers watch porno.
If you see,
Porno.
hey,
Motherfuckers
hold
said they got me
on.
over here trying to
No.
Nigga, it's always a man and a woman.
But have you ever typed the nigga's name in? In the search report.
That's the thing right there.
I've never.
I digress.
That's where it comes in.
Hey, was Kevin Gates in here on your computer? No. Say he loaded something.
Because don't nobody know the girl name in there.
That's some shit you just come across. Yeah.
On Twitter.
No pun intended.
Pause. But no, I just asked that. I ain't watching. It's just like who's doing sex tapes that's getting leaked in 2020? He could have put that on his OnlyFans page. His premium snap.
Tripping.
What about one more thing before we move on to the big topic? R. Kelly was denied for the third time an early release due to, I guess, COVID-19 fear. No, because that's how they push it. Like Big Meech's brother got out. What's his name?
Yeah, Free Big Meech.
Fuck Big Meech. Yeah,
He on that for life.
his brother got out.
That's big.
That's what she said. That's what she said.
They can say that.
But they did not R. Kelly. R. Kelly, he can't. I wonder what R. Kelly's paying for. Like, cause he's doing what everybody in Hollywood or the music industry is doing by way of, you know what I'm saying, having sex with younger girls. I wonder, like, who did he piss off to the point where he can't catch? Cause he hasn't been convicted. He's in jail with, I think, a bond. Like, I wonder how much this bond is. That shit's crazy.
Yes, probably gotta be like shit, $250 billion.
I was on
trillion.
That would be something.
Not a bill.
Hey, this was triggered me to
shit,
do this topic today.
It was $1 million, so shit.
Those are not bonds, those are ransoms.
Right.
Hey, but we talking about sex workers today. It's something that's being lauded, something that's being cheered on, saluted.
Essential workers.
Essential. I was on website Media Takeout today, and this is some crazy shit. I'm gonna read through parts of this article. It says a man on Twitter is claiming that he saved an online sex worker by sending her nude pictures to her father. The man then shared the horrifying story on Twitter. The story and tweets between himself and the woman have gone viral. The man calls himself King Willingham, or Willem, some shit, as a former pimp from Chicago, could be you, who has started a social media movement to abolish, and then quote unquote abolish sex work. In his tweet, he put, so check this out, y'all. I created a fake page and went undercover as a simp. And let's just say, women are about to learn a lesson about participating in online sex work. Hashtag abolish sex work. Hashtag end OnlyFans. Hashtag OnlyFans. Hashtag buying nudes. King Willem wrote on his page, I'm a father, a community leader, and a businessman, just like any other man. I used to be part of the sex industry, so I know how nasty and unforgiving sex work is. That's why I hate it so much. My methods are extreme with their work. I've had multiple girls delete their content. So what are his extreme methods? Well, he finds a woman on Instagram that he believes is engaged in sex work. Then he subscribes to their OnlyFans where he screenshots their pictures. Then he uses IG to locate the girl's father.
Just for research. Just for research.
Listen, then he uses IG to locate the girl's father, and he sends explicit pictures to the sex worker's dad. Fortunately, my take, most of these sex workers don't know their fathers. So most of them are safe. Afterward, he confronts the women and tries to get them to stop doing sex work. Stop sucking dick! What was that?
You get that dick out your mouth.
Yeah.
You suck that dip.
So this is one of the responses that he posted from one of the essential workers. Hey dude, why the fuck did you send the pictures to my dad? What the fuck is wrong with you? Are you fucking insane? OMG, I'm gonna cry. Why would you do that? Seriously. ... Hey dude, you need to fucking reply to me like right now. Here comes the motherfucking sex worker. What is he? The hero, the Saber Ho.
Captain Saber sex.
LOL. I just thought your dad would like to see what his innocent baby girl did for money on the internet.
My dad didn't pay. Come on, you chipping into the profit.
Listen.
He had to pay just a little bit, just to make sure he can get a little closer and do a little bit more investigative research.
This nigga said, I know it broke him to see his princess spread wide open. Hashtag abolish sex work.
Yeah, that spread wide open part got me. Cause that's like, man, you ain't really, you agitate. Man.
Oh, hold on.
That's a penthouse story.
Listen, it gets worse or better. Depends on perspective. I'm going to the cops. This is her. I'm going to the cops. You were sick, bro. Oh my God, I'm about to lose it. Why would you do this? Going to the cops and tell them what exactly. LOL, I paid for your news and sent them to your dad. Hey, it's some crazy shit. That's not a crime. Once you sell them to me, they're my property. Keep that in mind, the property thing. I can do with them as I please. I know your parents and decide to expose their baby girl. Let this be a lesson. Sex work is filth. Who the fuck are you?
Batman.
This nigga got spurned by a sex worker.
Dude, who are you? How did you know me? How did you find my parents?
All his girls went to OnlyFans.
I mean, all your information.
Are you fucking? You are fucking my entire life. I'm sure you broke some type of law, revenge porn, something. Oh my God. This is the equivalent of a motherfucker got a gun to your head and shit, and they say give me 10 reasons not to shoot you, and you only got 4. Cause if somebody say give me 10 reasons not to shoot you, what can you say, Saad?
let's shoot somebody else first, man. Like,
Okay, that's one.
You ready to shoot? Look,
Hold on, let's
let me
think
shoot a
about
couple.
this.
So desperation. I got a cat. It's raining. I'm left-handed. It ain't that many of us left. I'm ambidextrous.
I gotta
You already know you're gonna kill me, so let's hold off on that. Let's figure out what else can we do before that happens.
What happened to why, nigga?
So listen, he said,
Nah,
no, by
man.
broke no law, let it be a lesson to young women doing online sex work. Stop selling your bodies. Go to school, get a job. Do it the right way. Go to church.
That's why they on OnlyFans to make that money.
Put God first and change your life, young lady. If it makes you feel any better, I didn't look at your nudes.
That's what dude.
But your door's
Wide open. Right.
Like out of everything going on, that's what she was concerned about. Well, woo. Glad you didn't look at my pussy, but my daddy seen them. I'm just glad you didn't see them.
I promise I ain't see you bust it open.
Man, I didn't care about them. I only did this to expose the dangers and nastiness of sex work. You're welcome. I'm crying. I'm so hurt. I don't know what to do. Who are you? I hope you die a horrible death. Okay, bitch, I looked. Since you said you hope I die, I looked. I seen that mole in your inner thigh. I know everything about it.
Still got
Put that
copies.
shit out there, man. So it's like, I don't be knowing, like, I don't know what can anybody expect. Like, you can't expect shit. Like, once you put that type of shit out there, like,
That's
man,
what it's
it's
over.
it's like
Hold
this.
on.
It's
Hold
like,
on. Go ahead.
right. You feel me? Like, it ain't really nothing too much. You ain't really, like, whatever.
Like, you got
Whatever's
old
whatever.
school.
Whatever's whatever.
Old school,
Yeah,
there's
like,
no
it's you.
phones. We go to the phone booth or the hotel.
Exactly.
You do your thing, you jump back in the car.
See,
Y'all
pimp
saw
is a- pimp is a
the
lost
Hustle and
art.
Flow? It was sweaty, it was hot. Nobody out there no flip phones. We just get it in with light skinned girls. She jumped back in.
Somebody need to gather these motherfuckers.
But you couldn't watch it again.
I'm gonna read a couple more.
These hoes need some guidance.
I'm so hurt. Not this kind. I'm so hurt. I don't know what to do. Whoever you are, I hope you die a horrible death. Burn in hell, you piece of shit. Thanks for ruining my life. I'm in school. I was just trying to make some extra cash for that reason. I'm done with everything. He said I broke you with a question mark. Good. Now that you're done with online sex work, would you like to work in a restaurant? The most benevolent sex worker advocate against.
This nigga's bang.
He's on his way out.
This nigga said,
That
I
shit-
broke
that
you.
shit crazy.
On everything.
Come
He
join
said,
me.
here's the info on your mother. He showed her info on her
The song.
mother.
That
Then he showed her info on her father. He showed her what church she go to.
Oh my god.
He said, I will share this video and pics with
That's
your
harassment.
family in church. And you know it's a matter of time before I find out where you work.
You
I can
said-
imagine like he's sitting like on a big ass, like the 3 computers and shit. And he got the little cat rubbing on the cat and shit as he's doing the diabolical.
Yeah, yeah,
And every time he think he did something, he do this.
Yes.
You should have sent it to the mom. That's
This
rule
nigga
number
just-
one. Don't send it to dad and you agitate something. Send it to mom.
Mama gonna lie and keep you going. Cause she got home in her dreams. This is hereditary, man. She got this shit from her mama. Her mama was telling me back in the early 90s and shit, times got rough, you needed some Pampers. And you know what I did?
Then we gotta go back to the great quote, and I'm too young to remember the name of the movie, but that's all right. And it's fucked up that I got my first reference of it through a Cameron song, Joel Santana. The crack game is fucking up the pussy game. No matter what happens, pussy will always sell. OnlyFans is killing it. So this pimp says, look, man, we gotta take it back.
Says it to
Like
independent.
right now, shout outs to whoever's out there making OnlyFans, but I could check those out 20 years from now for free.
For
The money's
free?
gone.
I mean, you gonna see the
know,
same shit
right,
you see
right.
on
I know.
anywhere. You
So
Google
it's
it,
like
too.
with pimps in a car or a hotel, you have to pay for the exchange in the moment, cash on hand, we go, and that's it. Your 30 minutes is 30 minutes. You can't save it, screenshot it, save it, upload it. I mean, you compete with YouPorn.
I'm about let me read this last shit, then we're gonna get to the shit. She's like, I'm crying, I'm shaking, please, how do you know this? Please, I'm begging you. It was all funny until this nigga said this. This one I said, this nigga need to be shot. That's the only way out of this. This nigga's a terror. He like a fucking King Kong now, cause this shit right here was fucking epic. In your next video. Matter of fact, let me do it in the voice I think he said it. In your next video, get on your knees and beg me, not to expose you. I want you to beg like you've never begged before. And then delete your online sexual content, all of it. I have all the info I need. Your choice.
He said, your choice.
And he dropped it, and he dropped the mouse.
What's this song?
He dropped the mouse.
He dropped
Drops the mouse.
Close the keyboard.
Yeah, slam. This is like, now listen.
Tricycle.
Personally,
I'm riding.
I'm against sex work in the context of
Yeah.
and just life. But I would never go to this extreme. This he's mentally ill.
What was the end game? Like, how would he even
He's trying to get her to save her pussy.
It's Saul. If you want to save yourself, save yourself through this gruesome act.
If you don't want me to see your daddy this, you bite your own titty off.
Yeah.
You know what? I seen some shit on this on Netflix like this. It was called The Stranger, nigga. And the bitch was just popping up in random people's lives and was like, your wife cheating on you. You probably want to get a DNA test on that baby. And then shit like that. This is one of them niggas.
We need that.
Yeah, this one of them type of niggas. Like,
We
what?
need
Mind
that.
your fucking business, nigga.
All right, now to the top. We talk about the popularity of sex work. I didn't know they had such a strong, like,
Backing.
yeah,
It's
a
weird.
community.
It's crazy. Yeah, that shit it's unfucking believable.
It's unfucking believable.
Because no, look, it's like
I'm talking about organization.
We do. I was just thinking
With the
about this
OnlyFans?
shit. I was just thinking about this shit earlier.
The
Like,
community.
To me, it's
Like
just,
that.
it's just as simple as like, say the kids in the room, right? You ain't gonna like say you ain't gonna do that in front. Don't do that in front of the kids. It's certain shit you do in front of the kids. Certain shit you don't do in front of the kids. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that it's just like a lot of loans like to where like you like don't do that shit in front of the kids, but these motherfuckers still doing the shit in front of the kids when they be telling motherfuckers don't do shit in front of the kids. You get what I'm saying? Like,
That's
I
what
don't
you're
know,
saying,
you know
because
what I mean?
it's like
They contradicting themselves what I say. And
first
don't do.
person that can get away with it sets the bar. That's why I say it's not really unbelievable by how many people follow each other on Instagram and social media. And so once one person said OnlyFans, first thing you say is, what's that? It's this place where you can do whatever you want and post content where people have to pay basically to know you're doing it. And it's like, oh, so I can stay discreet? And it's like, if you think, and most people say, yeah, of course. And it's like, man, we got, so same scenario you said. Somebody comes to the crib, mama always tell, put a shirt on. I seen one brother walk through, you know, we want to flex, we all want to, we all walk through with no shirt. So the indecency gonna start once one girl get away with it, make 100.
Yep.
What I'm saying as far as organization, I'm not talking about like the amount of people that's on OnlyFans. I'm talking about the movement, the sex work movement. If you were to look at the post I put where they stand out in the streets and shit talking about sex work is work, things like that. To tell a woman she can't sell pussy, you trying to control her. That's the movement that's behind that type of shit.
Yeah.
So that's why I said I'm shocked about that. I didn't know that people felt oppressed. If you say, hey, you a hoe, they feel you oppressing. Back to the OnlyFans thing.
That's true.
I just found out about this shit this year. And before we can go further, I want to ask you all individually, what are your thoughts on sex work? Like, dude, if you was to meet a girl, and this is generally how that conversations go, these sex workers. Matter of fact, dial back just a little bit. Jay-Z, you all know, remember when stripping and shit was shameful. Where the bitch stripping shit, she was Zorro. Low key with it. And now today, no, I'm talking about.
I'm saying a little bit like you can get
but
some senses up.
now they stars. Like they value them over than they do, well, more than they do a woman who goes to work. And I don't want to be cliche, but hoes out here have like it's something like it's. This is the era where they being glorified. It's glorified.
You can tell because of that's like unfortunately if you ain't got a hold of your daughter, then that's who they see more of. You know what I mean? Like that's who they put on the stage. Like that's who they put. Like that's who they see more. They pushing them more out.
Yeah.
So then what happened where did that happen? Because
it's a trickling effect. You know what I mean? Like
from the
like,
middle, the middle's not there no more. Like it was when the middle's there, the strippers are like, nah, you can't be like that. That's because you had the girls, the housewife, the traditional, old fashioned. How many people in the 90s, 80s, were getting married or long-term relationships? When you have more of that being pushed, the Cosby's, all these other shows, Gina and Martin, all these other shows in psychology, there was no Instagram or social media. So yeah, it's shameful to go do that because you the only one doing it from perspective. That girl's the only one doing it because that's the only one I know in Atlanta that does it in my side of town.
Yeah, for sure.
Now it's like that middle ground is gone. The girls are not getting those relationships, whatever. So you don't see that like damn happy couples. Now tensions over here, and it's like niggas is, once we put them on a pedestal they all gonna shoot up.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. It's like there's no like, you can kind of like put the blame there too, a little bit. You know what I mean?
You think you can do what?
Kind of like the strong, kind of like the forefront. You ask me, it's just like
Niggas
collectively was just like, the fuck is you doing? You know, but shit, when you got majority everybody like glorifying it or shit, that's what sells and all that shit. It's just like, what do you really do?
It's definitely been like it's definitely like to piggyback on what y'all saying. It's definitely been a wave of that shit, and the finger can be pointed. And I'm like, I don't sound like the old coop nigga, but it's like, man, you gotta think about it. Hip hop, the most popular culture. Who on top right now? Who popping like in the last few years? A stripper, Cardi B. She came from social media. She came from reality TV, from a stripper.
She went the long way.
But yes, and now it's been glorified to the max.
Because most of them can shoot up with a dude. Like that's with some guy they can attach themselves to. They go.
Right.
Back in the day, you couldn't do that unless you was Maya on the front of King Mag. The Vixen models. That was the only way to get your name. Niggas was always fucking with strippers. Always. Like so. Now you the one that James Harden had a baby by, and I can see you. I can follow you. You can market yourself. So it's.
All y'all raise good, valid points, and one thing y'all talk about is the surge. Who just mentioned Cardi? Was that you, Jason?
Yeah, like the city girls came out there.
Exactly. Yeah. We've talked about this recently. I used to be able to thought that there could never be more than one popping female at a time. I was a little bit behind the curve on how they changed it. Now, the new wave of this shit started with Nicki Minaj. Mm-hmm. She took it where it's like they put it out in front of us, then they just see how the public receive it. I said Nicki Minaj, but you can go back to Lil Kim.
Yeah, for sure.
This is the overly sexual. And what it is, go ahead.
They didn't have the resources to spread it as fast and put it in front of what they needed to.
It was easy to stamp it out before it took over.
Yeah.
So what it is like.
So it's kind of like they tried it again. Kind of like let's redo this type shit.
It's like Back to the Future.
Yeah.
We didn't have all the plutonium we needed and shit the first trial run. Now we can get this business. The clock, all that shit.
Yeah.
So with Lil Kim, and I'll go back to this. I'll say that any type of hypersexual feminine women is penis envy. They're trying to mimic men. It's not a natural thing that they're doing. And what I mean by that, if you ever go back and listen to Lil Kim, it's like she's always, it was aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Like she'd say some shit, but it'd be aggressive. It'd be like, I put my pussy in your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, bitch, calm down.
Yeah,
or you even go to Nicki Minaj, they say silly shit. Or you heard chicks say on social media or seen it, suck my dick.
Yeah.
You see women say that shit. So it goes back, it's like it's trying to mimic a man.
Yeah.
So what they do, they try to break down the gender barrier as far as what's acceptable. Because the first thing they say is like, if a man can say it, why can't I say it? Like it's never you give a reason on your own why you should be doing this. Yeah. It's deflective. It's like, if a man's doing it, why can't I do it? Instead of just saying I'm doing it because of this.
Not all men, just some men.
But even in that context, like it goes back to like women, and it's deeper than just an OnlyFans page, because it's a psychology attached to this. So when you saying like, how many men y'all know sell dick?
0.
And so with that said,
how you say it? So 0
So what I'm saying, like who is the catalyst for these women to be selling pussy, and who's put value on pussy that is viable? When they say sex workers should have rights, I'm confused of what the rights are. Because when you say rights, you start thinking, they say sex work is work. You start thinking, do they think they deserve 401k?
Yeah.
Should they get lunch, a specific amount of time, a break? Should they get vacation, paid vacation? Yeah. and like,
hell nah.
They want protection.
At the core, a woman can do what she want to do.
Yeah.
They made it sound my right, my body, my rights.
Yeah.
I don't know who's out here oppressing these women. Like because they say laws are against us. Like, it's a law. But I'm saying, like, where is the oppression at, bro? Like, when you think oppression, you think somebody being held down, and it's brutal. They try to attach themselves to any type of group who's encountered true oppression. And they try to equate it. It's just like the gay rights movement. This shit go hand in hand the way they try to hijack other movements. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go ahead. What was you going to say? Sorry.
I was just going to say that I think from the stuff I've seen that they're saying they want the freedom, and if it can be recognized as work, then you can alleviate the negative stuff. So oppressive pimps go away because I can LLC my OnlyFans page. Maybe not LLC, but I got my OnlyFans. I don't have to feel harassed when I'm loitering or whatever, and I'm on the strip by myself. I can call the cops for protection. You know. I don't have to be overlooked. Like, treat me like a hot
drug dealers should be in.
So treat you like you valuable, even though you.
As long as my health stamp says, look, you a good hot dog, you can sell outside the door.
Because when you say treat me like this, that takes away the whole thrill of buying pussy. I would assume. If I gotta come in here and shit and bitch you around here with a secretary, like, what are you saying? Like, what do you want? How do you? Because if you see, like we all know of a particular person who's on OnlyFans, real quick, and they demand, y'all niggas broke, y'all, like, bitches will tell you you broke if you don't want to purchase a vagina. They will try to demean you if you don't want to pay $15, $16 a month to see them sucking dick.
Street hustle, huh?
And so, like, hold on. So listen.
Ain't no man.
Listen, I don't want. Listen, we all doing this from a man, from a man's point of view. This whole conversation from a man's point of view.
My gosh.
If a woman, if you meet a woman,
I wish we had a woman's point of view, man.
I do. If a woman tells you, like, you meet her and you think she's attractive or whatever, y'all talking and shit, and you like, yeah, I have a good conversation. Cause these motherfuckers camouflage there with humans. You gotta put on they live glasses and shit to weed them out. Yeah. And then she say at the end of the conversation, you should subscribe to my OnlyFans page. Your whole perception of her goes down the hill.
Crazy,
whether women want to subscribe to the belief or not, it devalues them. Not only in a man's eyes, because what makes them so powerful is this is the environment that allows women to do anything unabashed. Women have no accountability in this climate. None, zero, zip. We seen with the black girl who killed the white dude when he sleep, who got life. I just watched a documentary. It was fucked up. I can't remember her name. But she killed the dude, and then they said that he was pimping her, that she was sex working. So it's like at any point in time, they could sell some pussy and say you took it.
Because it's unsafe.
But what makes it a job? It's so fucking iffy that you can't in this climate you can't critique women. You cannot tell a woman she's wrong. That's why I say we are in a shitball culture. Somebody responded to the post I put on Instagram about this topic, and what they said was let everyone be. And this is what I have. This is the issue that I have with these type of things, because there's no check and balances in the black community. You can't tell a bitch you are. You can't tell her. You need to straighten up and have some value because you reflect in this community. So you say that, they say you judge it. So you can't. There's no correction in the community, and so it's chaotic. So with chaos, and this is how I'm in firm belief to protect your tribe, because you can't just get on social media because popularity is a thing. The majority of women wouldn't want to be known for fucking selling pussy pictures on the internet. They will see another girl doing it, applaud them. So you go, girl, you being strong, you being independent. But some bitches think long term, like, I'm trying to get a husband. I'm trying to escape this life. But if there's no correction, you definitely don't go the route the dude did. Dude, he's a sicko. Yeah. He's psychotic, and something wrong with him, clearly. I hate to be this nigga, but he got childhood issues. It's something sick about that nigga.
Yeah, something wrong.
But how do you, like, what do you, like, again, just going back, do y'all have anything against sex workers?
Yeah, man, for a fact.
What do you have against them?
I mean, I don't not like it's a personal vendetta type thing, but it's just like you said, just for like the community, you know what I mean, and just like bettering the the people. Like, come on, man, like we can't just keep continuing this cycle of women doing the same thing, and then these families, and it's just gonna get worse and worse. Like, people don't think about that, you know what I mean? And it all trickles down to the young boy out here acting wild, and then he got shot, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
These are all
always a consequence for your
effects,
action.
you know what I mean? It's like dominoes, so, motherfuckers don't think about shit like that.
What about you, Jason?
I think that I agree with all those things y'all said, and but you ain't gonna stop that shit. This shit already been it's already been going on. Like we said, it's the oldest profession. They gonna never stop. Now I agree that it shouldn't be so popularized, and like people shouldn't just be doing it just for the money. But I'm like, man, if you do that shit, you gotta do that. You gotta, if these niggas is gonna be treated like employees, y'all 1099 workers, and you gotta do it for fucking drug dealers too, and the motherfuckers other seedy motherfuckers.
That's what I mean. They're all the same.
You know
I
what I
don't have
mean?
no problem with it.
It's gonna continue.
And like you were saying, like they been doing it, but it's like y'all should have kept that shit in the basement. Y'all gotta bring that shit upstairs.
You got your clientele. You an entrepreneur. You got your clientele.
It was never discreet though. Like
It was never discreet.
So let's start from the beginning. Like, this is what I mean by it's never discreet. Like, the idea of sex workers couldn't have been discreet. It was brothels. Like, because once one nigga hits for a change for a gold coin, then I'm gonna tell my buddies, bro, once we get back from war in the old ancient Rome, hey, bro, take your little coin down there and get you something. And then you gonna tell him. In a week, the whole city gonna know. They weren't bothered the way they're being bothered. There was no harm for them. It was their choice. It was quiet. You didn't really talk about it in the streets, but
that's the thing.
It was probably always a past outside.
The glorification would take it to another level. And what I mean by this is,
because I gave her so much money that she's only my hoe now.
We're in an era where people, I mean, it's always been people following television, music, and those things, but your daughters are being pushed to this shit.
Yeah,
whether it's through a TikTok video, like you can be like, yeah, fuck these niggas, suck my pussy, period. And the little girl ain't understanding it because they're not intelligent enough to say, listen, if you have a problem with R. Kelly dating young girls, you should have a problem with your daughter listening to City Girls music. Because and not just City Girls, I'm not singing them out, but any type of hip hop. Because their minds, if you say that these young girls who R. Kelly's fuck with, minds aren't developed enough to really understand what's going on. Or the girl who killed the John in Tennessee. They always infantilize women or reduce their mentality capacity when they faced with some kind of opposition. She didn't know better. If a 14-year-old girl is listening to Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, and they talking about sex, fucking, and all this shit, drugging niggas, if you allow them to listen to this unabashed, then you got to be willing to accept what life choices they're going to make. Because you're not there establishing the guidelines and the principles to raise them by. I got a daughter. It would break my motherfucking heart if Fred the Psycho text me some goddamn naked pictures of my daughter and shit. And I thought she was in college for a living. And she out here. So it goes to that part, the shame.
And if nothing else, at the very least, be there to clarify. This is purely entertainment. This shit is fake. This is real. Cause
you talking about musicians?
No, the parents. If a child, because you ain't gonna stop a kid from listening to that.
What do that mean though? This is because you still a child. I wanted to be Superman. I wanted to be Superman and shit for at least 14 years of my life. But I knew couldn't nobody fly.
But I could only just from my personal experience. My parents took the fucking tapes and CDs and cut them bitches up in front of us and was like, "This shit all fake. This all phony. This shit don't mean nothing. Don't fall into that type of shit."
And you accepted it.
And I was like, "Man, you fucking took my tape I just bought." But I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna keep that in the back. That shit in the back of my mind when I watch it.
But everybody not mature enough to process it like that.
And I was very young, so
and that's the catch there, man. It's a mental thing.
Yeah,
man.
very true. Very true.
Influence and exposure.
Okay.
Like even in high school, when it was time to figure out who you was gonna try to go after first at the skate or in the hallways, you never targeted the girls who you knew they don't know these nasty words.
Yeah.
Like the one who just didn't know, hey, give me a blowjob. What are you talking about?
Where's that?
Right, so you go for the
Where?
ones who kind of knew and was exposed, and the more people can be exposed, and like you said, listen to that music and just certain influences, the more they not drawn back when they hear certain shit from niggas. It's like, hey, come suck my dick. It's like, nigga, you is cute. That's their reaction. It's no longer.
I have never.
Yeah, that's what. And you know, and so we're gonna let them go. The streets are always gonna take them. The problem is
Some of them
they
belong
get
to the
them
streets.
faster though, and that's
Some
what I
were
think
some were born for the streets. Like
but they're going fast with social media.
In the case of, it's some women who are irredeemable or beyond reproach. In the case of the person we all know, bartender Fee, she's beyond reproach. She can't be saved. She's too gone. She's too far gone. You gotta do it, but you know I still. I never get that bitch on the social on there talking about us. This particular podcast always talk about shit about people and they don't get no views. I'll never let that go.
Oh, okay.
But you out here like you hustling vagina. You ain't even 25. Like what have you tried? Like you haven't even tried the real world. You haven't even tried to survive and shit. It's like I'm not getting no job. I'm about to beg these niggas for money and shit and get the like she on here talking about she just wish she could just get an odd number of fans so she get her dream car, which is a Jeep. These bitches out here sucking dick for cars. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not it's fucked up. It's fucked up, man.
Niggas selling dime bags and stuff and trying to hustle here and there.
Well, let's get them a 401k plan.
Yeah.
But the point is, it's never, and that's another thing that we do. We justify wrong with wrong.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's the sad thing. So far as the culture, personally, OnlyFans, I have no issue with it. I think it's tacky, but they gonna do what the fuck they want to do. The premium snap, as men in the culture, it's up to us to stop this shit. Women can only do what you allow. The majority of shit that women do is reflective of man, the way they think men perceive. When women wearing their little long, goofy ass weave, all that pounds of makeup, it's because another woman is convinced them that this is what men want. They'll tell you, I'm doing this for me, and that's the shit to feel independent. But everything they doing is reactive to not being loved. Them girls on OnlyFans, I guarantee you, listen, there's not one single girl on OnlyFans putting that dry pussy on a dildo, feeling like somebody in this world love them. And they don't feel lovable. They don't feel like, and so they what they do, I always say hoes don't want to be hoes. I say a woman ends up a hoe. And what I mean by that is
a consolation hoe?
They don't exactly. They don't value themselves. They feel like they don't have no value, but they gotta psych themselves out and say, I'm just doing what I want to do. I can do what I want to. It's my body, but they don't feel that shit. Like every woman would dispute this who's a hoe. They be like, I'm just doing me. And then you be like, well, their whole answer, well, if a man do it, he ain't no hoe. That's it. Always come back. It all. No, he ain't. Man can't be a hoe. That's a faggot. I don't know, man. If you can sell yourself fucking, would you sell it?
Hell
if
no.
you have.
Hell no.
Yes.
Hold on. Hold the fucking on.
Yes.
If your dick had value.
Yes.
Listen, cause fuck OnlyFans. If you could put an ad on fucking Men Back page that was only for women, and you be like, hey, I'll let y'all suck my dick for $25, you wouldn't be sitting around getting your dick for $25.
Yes.
You would decide. You would.
About 10 years ago, I would have.
I'm not talking like ideally.
Ideally.
But I'm just saying because men, we don't have value.
Back when I thought it was damn, not the money, but damn, I can get a bunch of girls to suck my dick. Oh man,
okay.
I at least want.
Okay, hold on. As the great Ted DiBiase say, everybody has a price. Hold on. It's a convention in town where some older women coming in and shit. They wealthy and they offering it's 10 of them, and they all say, if you let us suck your dick, we give you $1,000 a piece. Are you going? Are you going? 10 wealthy women in town for a convention saying we give you $1,000 a piece. You let us suck your dick. You would 10 racks.
10,000.
For
So wait. This is where you gotta say, I'm not doing OnlyFans. See, that's the thing. I'm old school. What we do at the hotel that you done paid for, while I'm getting that room service, is sorbet, that ice cream. You only get it. You know what I'm talking about?
This nigga know.
my point is that men don't have that value as women do. But I think, could you imagine me? They be like, "Why you out here selling dick? Y'all never say nothing to the women." You know what I'm saying? Like, when do men, like in the system of alleged equality, when does a man get to say, "Well, a woman do it"? When can you go to work and be like, I'm cramping. I got a bad attitude because it's that time of the month. What's up?
Maybe it's just never been sensationalized like the women have been recently. Maybe we need a hero to pop up first.
Don't take that bullet.
Maybe we need a hero to pop up first, and you be like, "Hey, you know what? They gonna pay for that."
My point is, men is men for if men just don't subscribe to these sites, don't be paying for premium snaps, they gonna stop. Mm-hmm. You'll teach them to be accountable. Mm-hmm. But again, the men in this society, would you shake your head? Would you disagree?
Nah, I'm agreeing. There's always gonna be somebody that's willing to say, you know what, it's $3. I mean, it's month-to-month payment. They don't really. You can use your that Cash App card. Yeah. You know, nobody knows it's on your phone.
It don't matter what a bitch
turn it on and off.
Niggas will pay to see a bitch blink, nigga. It's always a nigga that's gonna pay up to see a bitch.
And really, you only doing OnlyFans if you kind of know the person. It's like, damn, wait, that girl's on OnlyFans?
Hell no, that's
I want to see.
Like,
that's the only way.
Okay, let's take another approach. Who qualifies to be paid? Like,
no, I say paid.
No. I mean, it ain't free.
Well, sometimes you get one.
But like, if it's a bitch you done seen on social media all the time, you deduce the fact that she's fucking retarded. Like, what is the value in paying to see a bitch naked? We have Pornhub. That's what you into.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it would be for that reason. I would think it's like, man, we all knew this. No way she's on there. Bro, did you see we all four not going to pay for it. Let's say we all knew somebody and we was on that. Not saying we are.
Yeah.
Only takes one of us to pay for it. And it's going to be shared. Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, to the degree of, damn, I never thought she would be on there.
That's always the case.
But anybody you see on there don't shock you. You know what I'm saying?
Not really.
I don't know.
You're, I guess.
Whatever happens.
Whose premium snap would you subscribe to? If Beyonce says she's on Snapchat, asshole nigga, would you pay $20 a month to see her?
I'm not even paying for premium YouTube, nigga.
I pay for premium YouTube. I hate commercials.
I do too, but
I hate commercials. It's in the Google Music Play subscription.
Okay.
Yeah.
I ain't even that deep.
So that's why I don't understand. Like, what is the value of vagina? I always ask that. Like, what is the value?
Yeah, I used to hate
it's only as valuable as you make it. You know what I'm saying? That's how come. Like, I hate for somebody to say that you paying for pussy if you take a girl out. That is the worst analogy in the history of life. For me, I don't agree with that at all because like she getting dick too, so is she getting a double dose?
That's a good point.
That's the thing. You can't feel like a woman giving you no pussy. You gotta feel like we having sex. You can't feel like she gave me some pussy. Like I gave her some dick too. You devalue yourself. You know what I'm saying?
The line you said before that.
What?
Something about the value.
Yeah.
How the fuck you said it? You said
so you devalue yourself.
They have to value. They gotta revalue what is. Learn their value or something, you said.
Yeah. And that's important as a father, somebody who's grown up raising women or the culture where we see young black girls. Because you see young black girls, man, to be honest and pessimistic, man, they growing up in the worst time ever. Not just the girls, but the youth period. Because it's the most unaccountable and chaotic era ever, where they trying to separate the parents' authority, which they traditionally do. They always make you feel like you're smarter than your parent because you can fucking fix the Wi-Fi when they go out and your parent be scratching their fucking head. You will feel like you're smarter than them. That's how come it's important. Like when you trying to fix the culture, you don't try to fix the adults. You say y'all gonna do what the fuck ever y'all want to. You gotta start with the children. And so how do you convince your children and shit that OnlyFans is some garbage when Beyonce talking about I might start OnlyFans? And young girls look up to her, and so listen. So it's pushing them. Yeah, I mean, it's predictive programming.
That's not because Beyonce's not going to be traditional OnlyFans. It's going to be an Instagram with just probably more lingerie shots.
But
The other girls are gonna take it further.
But the point I'm making, Beyonce ain't gonna do that shit. Beyonce can go home to her fucking family and chill the fuck out with her millions and millions of dollars and then Jay-Z's billions.
She just has to say it. Cardi's gonna
But
make
that's
one.
the thing though, they always use these entertainers to soften shit up. You know what I'm saying?
like
To
Future.
make it seem cool. We seen the advent of fucking like drugs. Drug culture has increased because of music. Future, the purple, you know, the purple stuff.
They gonna follow our lead. I always say that, man. Women gonna follow the lead of the men. I mean, it was always that way coming up, man. You thought a girl didn't like a nigga until that nigga took the lead, and she rolling with him. That's how they gonna be. And what's valuable to these girls? Like, if you try to tell a girl what's valuable, how do you convince them to not do it? Like, that's a tough sell.
That's how come I said it's damn near tough with the dogs. Like especially the women in this, they think that everything they do is right. There's no checks and balance. Women, and I'm not talking about every woman. I'm talking about women who particularly lean this way, and they all have the same type of makeup, the core belief of everything. They think listen. Trigger word, goddess. You know what I'm saying? Like they think
probably deeper than that too. Their past experience, because it has
the majority of girls have been fucked with.
That's all.
The majority have been fucked with, but
what other options do they have?
The same one as the 12-year-old boy who grew up and shit with a mom and a daddy was in prison and shit ended up being a doctor.
Bad guy, try again. Bad guy, try again. You give your credit away. You ain't got.
By no means am I trying to tell hoes to not be hoes. I'm not telling hoes not to be hoes.
Hit the horn.
But my thing is, don't glorify
y'all
this
stay out there.
shit.
Y'all stay safe. Keep the mask on. That's the only thing I want to say about the video. Put your mask on.
You have to protect your children. As a man, you gotta protect your children, whether it's male or female, because children are the future. That's said by the late great Whitney Houston. So I'm not against sex work. I'm not against sex workers, but I am against those hoes. Jason knew what time that is. But no, on some real shit though, they can do what they want to. This is our perspective, our take. I would hate to be that nigga who got pictures of his daughter and shit from this harmful individual online, but she was ashamed. She said she's gonna kill herself. If she was confident in what she was doing, she wouldn't have been crying. None of that shit. If you're living your truth like you say, you won't have no shame. If I say stop being a hoe, you slut bitch, it shouldn't even bother you. If you're doing what you want to do. If you have any inkling of shame of anything you're doing, stop doing it.
Now you sound like that nigga.
No, this ain't just related to sex work. It's related to life in general. Yeah. If somebody can make you feel ashamed of something you're doing, then you shouldn't be doing it.
I think that was his angle, though.
No, that nigga said big, bitch.
But yeah, it did turn to a sex fantasy.
That nigga turned to a creep.
At the same time. Like,
I'd have been understanding, you girl, you go sell your pussy. Just to notify what he was saying. You know what I'm saying? Closing. Premium snaps. Would you ever subscribe to anybody on earth?
Nope.
You, Jason?
No.
You?
Nah.
OnlyFans?
Hell nah.
Nope.
That's crazy.
I have a problem paying for porn, you know, my whole life.
You gotta do your free 7 days.
Yeah, it's always a way. When there's a will, there's a way.
But I don't understand the dynamics. I understand it. It's way deeper than the surface. But people so mentally and like spiritually, you know what I'm saying, decrepit or depraved that you can't make it make sense in no way to them. Like they gone. Like they gone. And there's no coming back.
Perfect storm for a woman, man.
This is the perfect time to be a woman in the context of this society because everything you do is right.
Well,
you can always listen. When it goes wrong, blame a man.
No, I'm saying it's not the perfect time to be a woman.
Nah, in the context of this world, yes, the fuck it is.
In that kind, you know what I mean? Like in hindsight,
I'm talking about
right.
in accordance with the system, not morally.
Okay.
But if you want to live your truth, this is the perfect time because you are not accountable.
It's desperation. It's just a cry for. You know, it's the lost ones who don't get chosen. And once you cross a certain age, it's like you reacting to everything you went through. And so all the things you knew cheated on you, whatever. So he's right. You got to start with the ones who haven't hit that point and make sure they don't go that way. Because these other ones, once you're gone, you're gone.
Bye-bye.
Ain't no coming back.
Bye-bye.
But they will get comfortable in what they do. shout out to all the old porn stars. They're all comfortable. They'll find a way to be comfortable and get a new normal. But it's that old dream of that family life is dying. And there's nobody pushing that anyways. Cardi kind of did something with the husband thing, but other than that.
But even Cardi, I'm sure she's not
but
doing
she
the shit
started
she
the wrong
rapping
way,
about.
so everybody
Yeah.
thinks that she started stripping. So
That's fucked up. There's some
She
people that
done
think that that's the way to do it.
the blueprint has been relayed out, and so I mean, young bitch don't know no better, and she need $1 or something. She about to get on because it touches on their sexuality and their body and what they already concentrate on. It's like if we could, so it couldn't be sexual for men to make it equal. It would have to be if I could go outside right now and start doing push-ups for money. Would I? Hell yeah! Come on, man. No shirt on, just some. Come on, man. Like this is my body. I do whatever I want. So you sexualize it.
It's holding the new NBA. Like how niggas was trying to go to the damn NBA. I shouldn't let that thing go.
Cool.
Niggas was trying to go. Niggas trying to go to the NBA. Everybody's trying to go to the NBA. All these hoes trying to go to the. What are they like? What's the equivalent?
NBH. Nothing but hoes.
We'll wrap this up. New league we're starting. Jason will be the David Stern of the league.
Hey.
Yo, all right, what's up, Saul? You got anything to say in closing?
Ah man, shit, that was closing for me, but yeah, life's good.
Yeah, you said that was your mic drop.
Future, life's good. I don't know.
Anything you want to say, Jason? It's almost over them, Jason. Almost on the shows, right?
Yeah, I'm waiting on that. I thought there was actually a show last Friday, but that's actually at the end of the month. So I'm anxious to see, like I said, how it's gonna all pan out. But nothing going on right now though. But I'm glad that we free, quote unquote.
Oh, they released the band?
Huh?
We only almost in phase 3. This shit's almost over, allegedly.
Man, I've been doing shit like
Jim's
that.
open in
I've been
June
watching
1st.
the news on different places. Other places say they banned.
I know, LA got like 3 more months.
Yeah, so okay. I need to stay in tune, man.
Yeah, Texas been out.
Juvie been back in the gym.
Can't wait.
I hate the goddamn button. Juvie been back in the gym. What's that?
Yeah. Man, shit. Back in the gym. I really don't know what the fuck going on. Outside of, shit, we're supposed to be talking about the fucking, what's closing, what ain't opening, all that bullshit. I don't know what the fuck going on. So, but other than that, catch Conceited Knowbody, episode 131, streaming on all platforms. And, man, more content. We got some fire ass mixtapes coming. Results of a Broken Covenant. Smoke Break 3. And TCK Volume 2 on the way, man. We cooking some shit up for that one too. So, hey man, that's all, man. Just trying to, stay locked in. So,
Shout out to the homie Trey.
Shout out Trey, yeah, DJ.
I don't know where the hell Trey at, man. I don't know where Trey at.
My man took a sick leave today.
They said, well, people still were sharing that flyer, but they canceled the shit out the epidemic.
It got postponed and stuff.
They were still out there a couple hours ago. But anyway, if you get a chance to go out there and check out Epic. Check out Trey when he DJ next week, DJ T-Rex.
He might be out there spinning shit.
He might be. Definitely a fantastic show. Everybody won't agree with this. We're in an era of liberalism where women feel like they can do anything. Again, this is a liberal black woman, which I say it and I say it all the time. It's the most toxic entity in our community right now because they're very destructive. They're the thought that I'm saying that because they think like
that's overline.
No, they say because this is what they say. This is what they say. Just let everything be. Let everybody do what they want to. So that's called chaos. When you everything is based on feelings and you operating based on feeling, no logic, no guidance, it's chaos. And what they do, they bring order out of the chaos. A united culture and shit is very hard to fucking usurp and destroy. But if you can get the woman feeling like she can do anything she wants to and not listen to the man who's naturally there to provide the guidance, it's war within the community, which they've executed perfectly over these last 40 years. So there's the dynamic between black men and black women is at its lowest point ever. This is the worst it's ever been in our community, and it's all based on the fact that just let them do what they want to do. I always say I used to have the hero mentality where I felt like I could save a nation. Well, we gonna all march and that's the thing, we got that hero mentality. You can only protect your tribe. You only say to people next to you, because some motherfuckers ain't meant to be saved. We'll wrap this up. Another edition of the best podcast you never heard of Conceited Knowbody, episode 131. We'll see y'all next week on same bat time, same bat channel.
The Conceited Knowbody. Every Tuesday at 8 p.m.